President, let me say thank you very much. Earlier today, I spoke on the floor and talked about how the economy is fragile but going in the right direction, how many of us on this side of the aisle, matter of fact, all of us on this side of the aisle, took a lonely road over the last 2 years on some controversial issues that the public sees as controversial, but we knew we had to do something to get this economy moving. And we're now seeing the benefits of this. Every time I open up, I don't care if it's the Wall Street Journal, Business Week, you name the business magazine or newspaper, which are not the liberal magazines. These are very conservative magazines and newspapers or on the internet, and they will show you statistic after statistic that we are moving in the right direction. That this last month, I think it's 92,000 new jobs in the private sector created. But in order to do it, we need to do some more things. And I'm a little frustrated by the letter, and I do have also a unanimous consent, which I hope to be able to bring up on hub zones, and it's the amend the Small Business Act. It's the idea of rebuilding local small business. I was here on the floor earlier today, and what amazes me about this letter is it seems like for some reason we can only do one thing at a time in this place. Now, I come from local government where, as a mayor, we had to do multiple things, because we always had many things on the table. It didn't matter if it was public safety or creating jobs or rebuilding a neighborhood or working with the community. You have to do multiple things. This country has multiple issues in front of it. We have an important START treaty that needs to be done. As a member of the Armed Services Committee, our national security is at risk, but for some reason, the other side wants to wait until we give, I'm not even gonna call it a tax cut, I'm gonna call it a bonus for the millionaire and billionaires. It's a bonus. It's not a tax cut, it's a bonus. They want to give them up $700 billion of money we do not have. We cannot afford it. The working class of this country cannot afford it. The middle class cannot afford it. My son cannot afford it. My son's future kids cannot afford it. What are we doing? $700 billion of more debt to give a bonus to the people that drove our economy into the ditch. I don't really get it. You know, it seems to me when I came here that there's going to be logical thought process, great debate. Once again, we're down here, nothing on the other side. They'll come out, I know they'll have their charts and their one-liners about how the economy will fall if we don't give the millionaire and billionaires another tax break or a bonus. It's not going to. We are on the road of recovery because this side took that lonely road. When people told us, well, that's politically going to hurt you, and it did. We lost some people this last election. But leadership is not about taking the easy road, the easy answer, the simple solution. We're in a very complex time with many issues facing us, internationally and nationally, economic, energy, world issues. We have to be able to juggle those all and move them forward. The public demands it of us. So, this ultimatum, or whatever it is that they wrote, this letter, just shows the classic tactic they have used for the last 2 years. I mean, again, I mentioned earlier this morning, I'll mention it again. I read in one of the political news stories yesterday that someone on the other side, one of the senators from the other side, one of my colleagues said, I can't believe it took us a week to do food safety. Either can I, but it wasn't anyone on this side of the equation. Over there, they demanded us to have 2 30-hour periods to debate food safety that ended up passing with over 3/4 of the body supporting it. Why? Because it was a good bill. But they want to delay it so we don't get to the main issue. So again, Mr. President, I have a unanimous consent. I want to give it. We thought they'd be down here at 3:30. We thought they'd be down here at 3:45. Now it's 4 o'clock. They told us to get busy. We're trying to get busy by doing some unanimous consents on job creation. But I will just tell you that it is important for us to recognize what their goal is here, delay, not helping the American people, and basically giving bonuses to millionaires and billionaires, which is unreal. I see one of my colleagues from New York wants to jump in, so I'm going to yield to my colleague from New York. And again, I'm hopeful that there'll be members on the other side so we can get on with asking for unanimous consents and get the business of the Senate moving.